Okay, this is Randy from the Ithaca Onslaught. I'm here with Joe and Josh. We are outside the forum in Buffalo, and we're here talking with Zepparella. Hi, girls.
Hi.
So let's start by introducing ourselves and what you do for the band. And
I am the singer. My name is Noelle, Doughty.
I'm the drummer. I'm Clementine.
My name is Angeline. I play cowbell. I'm Gretchen, Menn. I'm the guitar player.
awesome. So at this point, how long has the band been together?
About 10 years.
Okay.
This lineup has been together about 3.
Yeah.
This lineup about 3. Good deal.
How did you pick the name for the band? And was it you that picked the name for the band?
Yeah, I picked the name, and at the beginning I wanted to do a band where, you know, it was really about just playing the music and not trying to replicate, you know, being Zeppelin. So I was trying to find some other way to kind of present the band rather than have it be like we looked like Zeppelin, we wore wigs and stuff like that. So at the time I was really obsessed with the movie Barbarella, and I thought like that combining those two, like the imagery of Barbarella with the music of Zeppelin would be kind of cool. So that's how I came up with the name, and that idea kind of went by the side, but the name stuck. So.
Cool. So one of the, because I was beating my brain up for a week here, trying to think of things that, you know, questions that you haven't already been answering 100 times, and I don't know if I've succeeded, but one thing that did kind of pop into my head a couple days ago, because, you know, there are plenty of cover bands out there, and then you have tribute. What to you, at what point does a cover band actually become a tribute band? What makes a tribute band? I don't know. You get what I'm saying here?
I think so. I mean, to me, the difference between a cover band and a tribute band is a cover band plays a lot of different music by different artists.
Right.
A tribute band is focused on doing the music of one group or one artist specifically.
Right.
So how do you pick the songs to put into the set?
We kind of battle it out. Yeah, we do a lot of talking about it, and you know, we started off with just the like kind of 4-piece rock band kind of songs. There's a lot of keyboards in a lot of Zeppelin songs, and Angeline adapts the keyboard part to the bass guitar, but you know, that kind of limits some stuff too. And then other songs have, you know, multiple like acoustic guitar and electric guitar, and requires a lot more equipment. So we kind of started off simple, and hopefully eventually we'll be able to afford a bigger vehicle to bring all the other equipment that we'll need for different songs.
Good deal.
So you're in a van and you drove here from California?
Yeah.
So instead of going from California, you're coming to New York.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was bad.
Going to New York.
That's all right, Josh.
Has there been any bad parts yet in the tour? Like,
Let's say there's been some exciting.
Well, okay, you know, following that train of thought, that I kind of had a question that kind of ties in with that. So, do you have any road stories that are comparable to the infamous mud shark incident?
I don't think we would be able to tell you those.
Not going there.
I just thought I'd throw that one out.
Yeah.
That just popped in my head. I'm like,
Yes.
there are. Okay, so the stories of that caliber exist. That answers the question.
Yeah.
That's okay. I don't need details. That's all right.
What happens in the van stays in the van.
Awesome.
can you say what was the worst thing so far and what was the best thing so far?
Well, for me, the worst was when I put regular gasoline in our diesel engine and slept in a Buc-ee's parking lot until 7:30 in the morning for the flatbed tow. That was a low moment, where I lay there for about 3 hours thinking I'd completely destroyed the van and the tour. So that was a low moment.
So what was the high point so far?
Went to Niagara Falls today. That was pretty awesome.
Yes, I saw your photos posted on Facebook as I was just randomly scrolling. It is awesome.
Shows too. Yeah, the other high points probably been the people that have come out to support and just like the love and like just the people. They're just really sweet.
People are excited and traveling a long way to come and see us, and we haven't been, you know, in these parts for a long time.
So actually, that kind of ties into another question I had. How does it feel to know that you know, people who've seen your show have been coming back dozens, and I think I even read sometimes, in some cases, hundreds of times. How does that feel when you hear that?
We love it. We have such amazing people who come. You know, people who love Zeppelin are really awesome people we've discovered. So, you know, we're lucky.
And they're loyal, very loyal.
Yes.
Good deal.
So it keeps us on our toes because it means that we're always conscious of keeping things fresh and new. You know, so adding different things into the set list, making sure that every night, you know, we're trying out new things musically so that people who've seen us 10 or 20 or 100 times are not seeing the same thing over and over again.
So, have any of you ever met any of the surviving members of Zeppelin? I would kind of, good deal. You all have, awesome. Good experience, I'm guessing? Very cool.
Besides Zeppelin, what are your influences music-wise in your other projects and just everyday life? Like, what do you love?
I think that you don't have enough disk space on the camera.
Oh, I've got like 2 batteries to back up, so we're good.
Yeah, we all have original projects. We all have varied musical taste, and yeah, it really runs the gamut. Yeah.
So one thing I was curious reading about, you know, on the band bio was something regarding AC/DC, and I'm a huge AC/DC fan, I have to admit. So how long ago was this, and is there any like YouTube content I can look up, because I'd really love to check. AC/DC is my personal favorite band.
I love AC/DC, and that's where Clementine and I met. It was really kind of my first real band, which is only why I say I hope there probably is something on YouTube. I don't Google myself.
Right.
So I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it was incredibly fun, and you know, for me, like, my background up to that point was in classical guitar, although I always loved rock guitar.
Right.
And so it was kind of like the perfect job description for like, okay, first rock band, you get to play lead guitar, you have to run around like a maniac, and already the band had existed prior to my being in it. So it was like just jump right in and start playing a lot of shows. So good learning experience for sure, and I love the music. Good deal.
Speaking of running around like a maniac, I read something about you destroying your mom's violin.
I did?
You did?
I did. She played violin, apparently mostly vindictively as a child, too. She had an older sister who liked to pester about it. So she had a violin, and I remember actually, I think I was about 3. And I remember just dragging it around the house and playing it like a guitar.
Right.
And my mom wasn't home, my dad was. So apparently the violin didn't survive an afternoon with me playing it.
No, so you were actually too young to really remember.
I remember the experience of doing it. My intention was not actually to smash it.
Right.
Yeah, but I guess
A kids will be kids moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
My dad, of course, I'm sure thought he was nurturing some greater creativity, but my mom was pretty bummed to lose her violin.
Oh, let's see. I'm about at the end of mine. Favorite Zepp albums, for, you know, anything stand out in particular, or you just love them all?
I love them all. I love Zeppelin 3. I think it just has a great mix of different, you know, the acoustic stuff, the blues stuff.
That is like one of the first ones where they got a little more versatile, I think. Yeah.
My favorite's I like the energy, the like, here you go, like they're laying it out there, and there's a kind of aggression to it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they were like kind of raw and hungry on that first one. I mean, not that they weren't on later albums, but you know, for me it's like always been the first 3. How about Angeline?
I think for me it's not about albums, it's more about songs.
Right.
It's like the variety in the catalog. I can't give you like a one album answer. To me, I always take 4 just off that list because it's 4. Like,
yeah,
it
really just stands on its own.
It's that. I'd say the first 2 albums and Physical Graffiti.
Right.
That's what I listen to a lot.
So do you ever do anything off a present?
We do. Well, I think we're working on we're working on Nobody's Fault. Yeah.
Nice.
Coda?
We're gonna.
We do.
Nice. Where does the tour go from here?
Well, now we have 2 days off. We've been on the road for I think 8 or 9 days, so we have 2 wonderful days off, and then we're gonna meet back up in Northampton, and then we go to Poughkeepsie, New York City, New Jersey, kind of down and over.
Good deal.
Very cool. Where are you playing in New York City?
At St. Vitus
In Brooklyn.
in Brooklyn.
That's
Which is
gonna be
cool.
packed.
Yeah, that's the place that Nirvana, like when Nirvana just did that thing, you know, they after the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I think it's.
That should be a packed show.
I hope so.
I would guess.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we have a lot of friends there. I lived there for a long time.
Cool.
So how can people find the band on the interwebs?
Yeah, Zepparella.com. Zepparella. That's it.
And a Facebook page?
Facebook.
And do you have any plans to do a whole album?
We're gonna do that as soon as we get off the road. Our final show is August 2nd in San Francisco, and then the next 2 weekends we'll be in the studio. So we'll have a new record by September.
Do you know how many songs?
We don't know yet. Yeah, we don't know. We're gonna kind of see how the road like kind of develops the songs and kind of see what happens. I'm excited.
Very cool.
That's really the reason to go on the road, you know, is musically just, you know, playing every single night, see what happens.
Personally, I never thought this was going to happen. I never thought you were going to be anywhere near us.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was just going to be YouTube and that was it.
Oh, well, we're so happy that we could be here.
Yes, so am I.
That's the other great thing about the road is that we're actually meeting people who've been supporting us for like years and years and years.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah, I know.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's definitely cool.
Yeah.
You have anything else, Randy?
I am pretty well tapped for what I had. Josh, anything?
What's your most technically demanding song to play?
Good one.
Well, one thing we've discovered in doing this is that what's usually difficult for me on drums is easier for Gretchen on guitar and vice versa. Somehow, we don't know how that works out. For me, it's like the faster songs like rock and roll. I think it's really a challenging song. To make it feel good, the tune
Right.
that you want to
Yeah.
play. You know.
I think, well, for me, I'm just looking forward to trying to add the keys. Right now, it's going to be a challenge for me. I think as far as something that we currently play, because I'm not playing keys on Cashmere, I've
Right.
crafted this sort of choral descending line that's fun, you know.
Well, I mean, the keys would bring in stuff like No Quarter and yeah, which I'd love to hear someday. So maybe by the next time you come around
With the bigger band.
Yeah.
with the bigger van.
Bigger band.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how we're going to put that thing in there.
And the road.
Yes.
Anything else, Josh?
Let me think. No, I'm good.
All right. Well, I guess that's it. Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you guys.
We're definitely looking forward to seeing you play tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be one.
Yes, it is. And anyhow, listen to the Metallica Onslaught every Friday night, 89.5 FM WEOS. You know the drill if you see this. And this will be up in a few days, maybe even within the next 24 hours, because I've got nothing better to do. All right. Thank you again.
Thanks.
All right.